And welcome back to Jules Math Tools. In our session today, this is part 2 on converting a decimal number in the tens place into a percentage. So if you're ready, let's get started. When converting a decimal number into a percentage, you must remember that our percentages are always out of 100. So that means to convert this decimal number to a percentage, we're going to multiply it to 100%. Now when multiplying, it doesn't matter which of the numbers you decide to put at the bottom or at the top. Remember that as long as you multiply your numbers correctly, we should both arrive at the exact same answer. So let's begin multiplying. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 will give us 3. We're going to add a 0 and begin multiplying by our 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. And 7 times 1 will give us 7. So let's sum our numbers together. 0 plus 0 will be 0. 3 plus 0 will equal to 3. And we're going to bring down our 7. Now because we're working with decimal numbers, we are going to go back and count how many digits are behind our decimal point so that we know where to input the decimal point in our answer. So in 100 we have 0 digits behind the decimal point. In 7.3 there is 1 digit behind the decimal point. So in total we should have 1 digit behind our decimal point. So we count 1 and input our decimal point. So our decimal number 7 and 3/10 as a percentage is 730%. Let's try a second example. Feel free at this point to pause the video, convert your decimal number into a percentage, and when you're ready you can unpause the video and work along with me. Okay, so let's begin. Remembering that our 3 and 1/10 will be multiplied to 100%. So we're going to set up our multiplication, and for this one I'll put my 3 and 1/10 at the top and my 100% at the bottom. So 0 times 1 is going to be 0. 0 times 3 is going to be 0. And again, we know that anything that we multiply to 0 is going to be 0. So for my second 0, I'll input my 2 zeros. And before we begin multiplying by our 1, we're going to put in our 2 zeros and now begin multiplying. So 1 times 1 is 1 and 1 times 3 is 3. Let's sum our numbers together. 0 plus zeros will be 0. 0 plus zeros will be 0. 1 plus 0 will be 1, and we'll bring out our 3. So in our decimal numbers, we're counting our decimal points. So in 3 and 1/10, there is 1 digit behind the decimal point. In 100 there is 0. So in total I will have 1 digit behind my decimal point. So I'll count 1 and input my decimal point. So my 3 and 1/10 as a percentage is 310%. Okay, so there you have it. We just converted our decimal number in the tens place into a percentage, which was pretty easy. All we had to do is go through our multiplication, input our decimal point in our answer, and just like that we had our percentage. So remember to check your multiplication when you're multiplying. Make sure that decimal point is in your answer, and most importantly, practice. You have to practice to develop your skills and become better. And until next time, this is Jules Math Tools, where we make math easy.